Well, hello everyone. Welcome to my weekly Facebook Live. I am Ruth Norton with Ruth's Stamping Corner. Today is our catalog launch day. Excuse me. I am so excited. I love catalog launch days. There's just a lot going on. They're very exciting. New products are out. It's always an exciting day when we launch any catalog, but especially the annual catalog because it's our main catalog. It's our big one. So I love new catalog launch day. There are tons of new products in the catalog. I actually have the catalog here and I can finally open it and show it to you. So we're going to walk through the catalog a little bit. I'm going to point out some of my favorites in the catalog. And we're just going to talk about the catalog a little bit. We're going to get to that in just a second. Today, though, after our catalog walkthrough, we are going to make an incredible card using some brand new products. I have a brand new bundle in here, some brand new DSP, and this is an interactive card. So when you move this little tab back and forth down here, it's going to wobble like the plane is flying in the air. Isn't that adorable? I just love this card so much. I think this is the perfect technique for this little airplane. And we're going to jump into this in just a minute. I think my light looks a little harsh. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. We're going to jump into this in just a minute. I can't wait to show you how to do this. It's not very complicated. And once you make one, you're going to be like, what else can I do this with? What other things can I do? So, we're going to get to that in just a second. Before we get to our catalog walkthrough though, lots of things to inform you about. First up, Paper Pumpkin. Of course, you guys know how much I love Paper Pumpkin. This is an all-inclusive kit that comes shipped directly to your door every month. It's a subscription. You can cancel it anytime. You can even skip some months, whatever you want to do. The subscription is for you to customize. You only have 10 days left to sign up for Maze Kit. You have to sign up by the 10th of every month. Maze Kit is going to be some masculine cards. It's going to coordinate with the Country Woods Designer Series paper, which is a fantastic package of DSP. So if you want that, make sure you subscribe by May 10th. The link to subscribe is in the video description, so make sure you do that by May 10th. All right, I have a class to go this month. This is the Unbounded Love bundle. This is the bundle that I'm using in my card crate this month, but if you have any other word sets, those would also work just as well. We are also featuring the Something for Everything, I think that's what it's called, Something for Everything ephemera pack, and we'll talk a little bit more about the ephemera packs when we go through the catalog, but they are just like embellishment pieces. They're die cut. You can use them for anything. And so so this is kind of a different kind of card crate than I've ever done before. It's kind of a choose your own adventure. I'm going to walk you through the layouts of the 10 cards that I made. You're going to receive card bases for 10 cards. And you're going to receive all the supplies. You're going to receive like all these little die cut pieces and embellishments and DSP. You're going to receive all of that in your kit. So it's kind of like a choose your own adventure. So you can kind of make your own cards. You can do them however you want to make them. So you're going to get the ephemera pack in your kit. You're going to get like everything else I said, the embellishments, the card bases, everything. And then if you want to add on the bundle, you can. Card crate is $40. It's shipped directly to you. It's going to come with video instructions, PDF instructions. And again, if you want to add on the bundle, you absolutely can. But since we're using that ephemera kit, you can really use any greetings you want. But I sure love this one. And we use the die cuts for the cards too. So you'll want the die cuts. Or again, if you have a greeting set that you love that has die cuts, you can use those as well. But details on Card Crate are in the video description. The last day to sign up for that is going to be May 10th as well as Paper Pumpkin. So don't miss out on that. All right, guys, in colors, you guys can purchase these now. These are beautiful in colors. Probably my favorite like selection of in colors, I think, ever. This year, though, if you love these colors, if you're like me, this year Stampin' Up! Has an incredible starter kit special. So when you purchase a starter kit, you become a demonstrator. You can join my team. I would love to have you on my team. And the special this month for May is when you purchase the starter kit, you're going to receive the full set of in color ink pads, a full package of in color 8.5 by 11 cardstock, a full package of the in color DSP, and the Stampin' Right markers of all the in colors. That is an $82 value. So when you purchase a starter kit, it is $99. You already get free shipping on that. You were only paying tax on that $99. You get to choose 125 in product, and then you get the free $82 value in color edition added completely free to your kit. So that makes your starter kit over $200 in product, and you only pay $99. So it's like mind-blowingly a great deal. So if you want to join, I do have a link to join in the video description, but if you want more information about joining, please let me know. This deal is incredible. I cannot believe how amazing this deal is, and you're going to love these colors. The $125 in product, you get to choose in your kit. So you get to choose $125 in product. You get all of this for free. And then you get all the perks of being a demonstrator, like ordering products early, seeing new products early, demonstrator special events. Really, the list is never ending of the perks, and you do not want to miss out on this incredible, incredible offer. So don't miss out on that. I'm so sorry. I forgot to turn my notifications off. Let me see if I can do that real quick. Okay, there we go. So don't miss out on this special join offer. I'm going to be talking about this all month because it's so incredible. I've been doing this for 21 years, and this is one of the absolute best, if not the best, kits I've ever seen, especially dollar value wise. So for only $99, you get over $200 worth of products. And if you love these colors, if these are colors that you are attracted to, this is really your best bet. Because if you're going to be spending $82 on all of this anyway, you might as well just bump that up to $99 and get it all for free. Plus a bunch of other stuff too. So it's the best deal. And we'll talk more about that as the month goes on. We'll just continue to talk about it. So don't wait. If you've ever thought about it, don't wait. All right, our annual catalog is here. It is beautiful. I'm going to pull my camera up just a little bit so we can try to get this whole kind of page on here. I think we're okay. We're kind of there. So I'm not going to go through this page by page. I have some post-it notes on the bottom there we're going to talk about. So the catalog this year, instead of organized by, like by birthday or holiday, it is organized by crafting experience. So that's going to make it easier for maybe your friends who are brand new to stamping. They're going to be able to flip to the pages that's going to suit them best right now. If you're brand new to stamping, jumping into something with lots of die cuts and lots of layers and lots of embellishments and techniques, that's really intimidating for a brand new person. So I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought. So they've categorized this catalog in terms of that. So the first category that is the step-by-step crafting. And this is what I've talked to you guys every week about. This is your paper pumpkins. This is our kits. And by the way, we have 2 brand new kits out today too. So, but this is our kits collection where you're only going to see the kits online. And that's really to help filter what kits are available. So the kits collection is fantastic. Of course, paper pumpkin is fantastic. And I always say, if you're a brand new crafter, our kits and paper pumpkin are really the best way to go because everything is all inclusive. So you can start out being successful right away. The next category is going to be quick and easy options. This is where we're going to find that ephemera pack that I told you about. And so let me jump over here to the ephemera packs. We have 4 different ephemera packs. There are card bases and envelopes you can purchase. It's a fantastic way to really jumpstart your creativity. And like I showed you with my card crate, it's really kind of like a build your own adventure. And all you need is sentiments. And so there are a few little sentiment stamp sets that you can add on and really just be successful. Just a basic ink pad, an ephemera pack, some card bases, and you're ready to go. So that's a step up from like the kits. In that section, they have this page, which I love. This is probably one of my absolute favorite pages of the catalog. And I'm going to hold this up a little bit so you can see down here. They have all of these card sketches down here. And I have plans. I want to do a Facebook Live where we actually go through all the card sketches, one by one. We're going to, make a card using that sketch. So I can show you how easy it is to adapt this card sketch into a card. And so that series, I hope is coming soon. Like I said, you guys, my son is graduating in just a couple weeks. So our life is kind of just like, we're in the air crazy right now, but watch for this coming soon. Hopefully, maybe in the fall we'll work with this. But I think it's really fun just to show you how simple it is to take elements from a card design, sketch and turn it into an actual card. So I love this page. All right, now the third category is creativity your way. And this is where you're going to find everything for that avid stamper. You're going to find the bundles, the suites, all of that. So let's talk about let's talk about the suites. So the suites are all categorized back to back here in this section. So this is where you're going to see like all the DSPs. You're going to see the embellishments that coordinate with that. You're going to see the bundles. And so you can go page by page, and every page is going to feature a different complete suite. Now you can purchase the entire suites with one number, or if you just like the bundle, you don't want the paper or the embellishments, you can buy those separately as well. But you're going to see all the amazing suites coming. There are so many. Now after the suites, you're going to find all the bundles. This is the section where the bundles are. So if you love a good bundle, whether it's punch or dies, you're going to have that option. These two bundles are really fun because if you love dies, you can choose the dies, or if you love punches, you can choose the punch. So you can choose either one. You can bundle it with either one. But lots of other bundles. You know, I love this one, the hearts and hugs. So you're going to find all of those bundles all categorized together in this section. Now after that section, this is what they're calling our encore section. This is our all the things that have carried over from previous catalogs. You can see the little bee bundle, the bright skies bundle, all of that. So it's really a fun section to look through. You can see what you already have, or if your wish list items made it through. All right, some of my other favorite pages, the adhesive pages. I especially love this one because there's this little guide box right here. And if you look at the adhesives, each one of these little adhesives in the corner here, it has one of these or more. Some of them have more of these little guides here, these little keys. And that's going to tell you what it's best for. So you're going to see that our Stampin' Seal is best for cardstock and it's best for ribbon. The mini dimensionals, again, best for cardstock and best for die cuts. So you can really go through. So if you're saying, oh, well, I really need to adhere an embellishment, what is best for that? And glue dots, the liquid glue, those things are going to be best for that. So it's just, this is a great little key. So if you don't know what kind of adhesive to use, you can easily flip through this. Now, as you're flipping through the catalog, you're going to notice lots of pages like this where it has specific techniques. This is all watercolor techniques. So this is going to show you how to do watercolor with our water painters, how to watercolor with our watercolor pencils, our Stampin' Spritzers, our pastels. So lots of technique pages, and you'll see those all throughout the catalog, which is beautiful. I love that. Here's another one with embossing. So you have heat embossing on one side. You have embossing paste on the other side. So lots of great just technique pages that you can really utilize. My other absolute favorite layout in this catalog is the color wheel page, and then it tells you how to use the colors together. Now, when I was at On Stage in Houston, they actually gave us this amazing color wheel with all the Stampin' Up! Colors, and then it has all these, the monochromatic, the complementary, all of those little sections that you can kind of turn and figure out what color you want to use and what's best to work with those colors. Now, Stampin' Up! has announced to demonstrators that they are working on a color wheel that will be available for customers, so hopefully we'll see that by the end of the year. But until then, we have this amazing page in the catalog that we can refer to, and then hopefully we'll be able to come back to that color wheel when it is available for purchase. But I love this page. If you struggle with color a little bit, make sure to kind of bookmark this page. This is a really good one, and they have some color combinations already laid out here. Stampin' Up! Also for demonstrators, they have this color coach. And every year I print this out. And so if I'm struggling with a color combination, I will just find that color in here, like Petal Pink, and it will tell me, what this cute little color combination. If you have a specific DSP that you love, look at the colors that go with that too. Those always have great color combinations as well. All right, and finally, the last page that I just want to point out to you is our index pages. This is going to be a huge tool for you because the catalog is not categorized specifically by product this year. You're not going to find, all the dies in the back as they have been in the past. This is going to be a really great tool for you if you're looking for a specific stamp set or die. You can just come in here and look for it, and it lists out all the designer series papers if you want to see all of those, and it tells you what page they're on, as well as embellishments, tools, accessory, all of those things are all in the index. Make sure that you have this page kind of bookmarked, so that you can check that out as well. All right, and so that's our really quick walkthrough, but if you want a hard copy of the catalog, please let me know. If you are in the United States and not currently working with another demonstrator, I would absolutely love to provide you with a catalog. Just send me a message or send me an email, and I will get one to you. All right, we have a brand new host code for this month. This is our May host code. If you are shopping my online store, please use the host code. All orders receive a PDF with 3 exclusive projects. This month we're featuring, the stamp set that I'm featuring is, I'm going to pull it out right. I'm going to show you guys this. The stamp set for my PDF is the stamp set. It's Under the Moon. This is one that just drew me in with the catalog. The samples were so beautiful that I had to get it. And then when I started creating with it, the cards were just so stunning that I'm going to feature that in my my PDF this month. So if you love that stamp set, you might want to consider purchasing so you can get that PDF. Again, orders over $50 will receive the make and take it that coordinates with that. If your order's over $150, do not use the host code because you're going to get Stampin Rewards on that. And I will still send you the make and takes. All right, if you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. You never miss a video that way. If you're on Facebook, please share this with your crafty friends. All right, we're going to jump into the card here. I'm actually going to get something to drink real quick, but we're going to jump to the card. And isn't this fun? We are going to make this little kind of tilty, flying, wobbly plane here. So fun. So let me get a drink really quick. All right, let's jump into the card. How do we want to do this? Let's go ahead and just start with our card base. So I have a piece of Boho Blue. This is one of our in colors from last year. We have one more year with these in colors. So my Boho Blue is just 5.5 by 8.5, and then I've scored it at 4 1/4, and this is going to make our card base. We're going to stamp some clouds, some little fun, fluffy clouds in the background of this. So let's start with that. So let me grab a piece of scratch paper. And I have my Boho Blue ink pad here. And then I have that stamp from the bundle. Oh, let me show you the bundle here. I think I showed you the bundle. We're using the Adventurous Sky Bundle. So here's the stamp set. It is so fun and so cute. I love these greetings too. These are great greetings. If you need a good masculine stamp set, I think this is going to make masculine cards, but you can give this to anybody. Anybody would love this. Kids, women, anybody. And then these are the dies that go with it too. So we aren't doing any stamping of the airplanes. We're just using these dies to kind of create our own airplane. But you can do either one. You could do the same technique with these planes as well if you want to stamp them and color them. Okay, so let's stamp some clouds, and we're not going to think too much about this. We're just going to randomly stamp these kind of all over. You know, clouds are just in the sky. They're not perfect, so don't stress too much about these clouds. And most of the middle is going to be covered up, so I'm not worrying too much about making sure the middle is covered. But what I want to do is make sure that the clouds are not, like, I'm not stamping them in a line, that they're not uniform in a line going across. So I want them to be a little bit, you know, I say random, but I'm kind of thinking about where I'm putting them and how I'm putting them. So however you want to do that. All right, that's great. So we just have our cloud background ready to go. And while we have the ink out, let's go ahead and stamp our greeting. So I just have a scrap piece of basic white here, and we're going to use the same ink, and I'm just going to stamp flying by to say hi. And that's just on a scrap piece of paper. We're going to die cut that in just a second. But that's all of our stamping. So we can move that out of the way. We'll put this off to the side for just a minute. All right, let's talk about some of our other pieces. I have already die cut a few pieces in advance. So we're going to talk about those. So I have two pieces of, well, I have one piece of the DSP, and I'll show you this DSP in a minute. This is the To The Sky DSP. And then I have a piece of basic white, and both of these are cut with the exact same die from the Countryside Corners. I think that's what it's called. Countryside Corners dies. So these are carryover products. You'll find those online. And let's take a look at this DSP real quick. This is the To The Sky DSP. This is brand new DSP, and I've already used a few pieces, so we'll have to kind of go through this. But this is beautiful DSP that's going to coordinate with that Adventurous Sky Bundle. Just really fun patterns on here. So you're going to get definite like plain themed on one side, but the other side is going to be like nice and neutral that you can really use for lots of things. This one's really cute. I love that one. So cute, right? And then we have a few other ones that I've kind of cut into. This one has some great like tag pieces and some pieces that you can just trim out and add to card bases. I've used, I mean, this is the only piece I have left of this one, so I've already used a full sheet of that. And then we have that cloud border one. Okay, let me put this away. Move this out of the way, put this back in my little pocket. Okay, let's jump back. So I have a piece of the white and the DSP, and the only reason for the white is just to make this a little bit more stable, because this is the piece that our plane is landed on. So I just want it to be a little bit more stable, and you'll see why in just a second. So we have that, and then I have my plain die cut pieces. So out of Petal Pink, I die cut kind of the base of the plane, and then out of Lost Lagoon, I die cut the detail and the wings, and then just out of basic white, we have the little propellers. So let's go ahead and stick this together just so that it has a little bit of time to dry. Now, if you were putting this on a regular card, I would say absolutely use an adhesive sheet on this, but because this kind of hangs off like this, you don't want to use an adhesive sheet, because otherwise this would be completely glued down and it wouldn't be able to move. So don't use an adhesive sheet for this one. But if you were making this for just another card where it's not going to move, definitely grab those adhesive sheets, because that will be a lot better. So I'm going to add little dots of glue to everywhere except kind of this top part up here, because that is the part that's not going to adhere to any of the Petal Pink plane. And so we don't want that to come loose at all. So just a few little dots on the wheels here. Okay. And then we're just going to line this up. I'm going to try to adhere this. And with the liquid glue, it gives you a tiny bit of wiggle room, so you can really kind of maneuver this. Oh, and get that on there at all. There we go. So you can maneuver this, get everything nice and lined up. There we go. Perfect. Isn't that so cute? And you can think of this as so many other colors. How many other cute little plain colors could you come up with? All right, now for the propellers, I'm just going to use a little dot of glue. We're going to add one of the propellers. And on the dies, the propellers actually cut both of these at once, both of these little dies at once. So where's that little propeller die? Here it is. So you can see the die, you'll get both of these all cut at the same time. Just pretty smart. And then another little dot of glue. We'll add the second one, and that one going in a different direction. Just like that. All right, now we're going to set this guy aside to completely dry. We're going to just leave him up there. All right, now for these pieces, we're going to adhere these together. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal for this, and I'm going to make sure these are adhered together really well. So I'm going to go around all the edges, and then I'm going to put some in the middle. We're going to cut into this one, and so I don't want any loose pieces that are going to kind of pop up or interfere with our airplane that's flying. Now, if you were using just a piece of cardstock, maybe you stamped and embossed that cardstock for the background instead of using DSP, I would say you don't need to reinforce it with cardstock. I'm only reinforcing it because the cardstock is thin, or because the DSP is thin. If you were using just plain cardstock, I don't think you need to reinforce it at all. Okay, so we have this piece nice and glued down, ready to go. All right, take your pick tool, and we have Crafters Tips Editions. These came out in our last catalog. One of them is this little X-Acto knife. We also have this little like rotary wheel that cuts a perforated edge. What else came with it? Oh, like a little, do I have it on here? I think it's on my other one. This little like hook end, which is great for pulling off the adhesive backing from your adhesive sheets. But we're going to use this little knife edge right now, and we're just going to do a little bit of measuring and marking. So I'm going to grab a pencil and a ruler, and I want my plane kind of in this top quadrant up here, so I'm just going to kind of measure roughly about half. This is about 2 7/8, so you know, roughly about half, about right there. And then I want to just make a little line just right next to it here, kind of in the center here. We're just kind of making a little X kind of in the center, just kind of eyeballing the center. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, you probably don't even need to measure it. You just need a little tiny guide of where you want it to be. All right, now I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, and all we're going to do is just very carefully just trim out a little square. We're just doing like a 1/2 inch square. So if you wanted to use your ruler to measure that, you could. We're just doing a square, and pretty much just big enough to fit a dimensional is what we want. You don't want it to be too big. You can always make it bigger, so start small. You can always make it bigger, but you can't make it smaller. So start small. Okay, so that I can already tell is gonna need to be just a little bit bigger because it's not gonna fit a dimensional. So I'm just gonna extend this just a little bit more. Just be very careful with your little tips, with your X-Acto knife tip, your craft knife, whatever they're calling it, but it's very sharp. But now another thing that I want to mention, if you have a tiny little circle die or a tiny little flower die, you could use that to cut this out as well. I just need to go just a little bit bigger. I don't think that that's tall enough for a dimensional, so just a tiny bit bigger. So if you have a teeny tiny little die, you could absolutely do this with a die. I looked through all of my dies and I didn't really have one that was a good size. So I figured, well, I'll just cut them. And you can also do this with a paper trimmer too. Put it in the paper trimmer and just cut a tiny little square, and that'll work. So let's see if this is big enough for a dimensional, which I think we're almost there. I think I just need to make it just a little bit wider. So I'm just going to do a little bit more to the side here. So again, no real measurements on this, but just do it. Make sure that your hole is not bigger than your plane or whatever you're putting on here. So we can't see the hole, so that's good. And then just make sure that it will fit a dimensional. So I think we're almost there. When I did this the first time with this card, I did it pretty exactly right away. I didn't have to keep going back and trimming it. So I think my perspective is a little off today. Okay, there we go. I think that's finally gonna work. So let's get that lined up in there, and that's perfect. So that's about the size of a dimensional, and it gives a little bit of room to wiggle around, and that's exactly what we want. And we'll just double check, make sure that that's not bigger than our plane, and it's not. So we're good. We're golden on all accounts. Okay, now the last kind of essential piece of this is this piece of basic white that I have. This is 4 inches tall, and it's about 5/8 inch wide. This is, again, is going to kind of vary with how big you want it to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that dimensional kind of at the top there, and then I'm going to just place my hole over that dimensional. Let me move my dimensionals out of the way. So my little piece is hanging down here below my dimensional. And actually, I want to move that up just a little bit. I want it closer to the top so that we have more of that piece hanging down below. So let's move this up closer to the top. All right, I'm going to peel off that backing. We're going to put the dimensional through our little hole there, and then we're going to stick our plane right on top. Just like that. So now the plane is only attached to that dimensional and it's sandwiched in. So when you move this back and forth, you're going to get that plane flying. Isn't that adorable? It's so cute, right? Okay, now we're just going to make sure this is nice and centered down on the bottom here. We're going to flip this over and we're just going to add some more dimensionals. This is going to adhere it to our card. I don't want the plane to go, upside down. So I'm going to just add a few dimensionals on the edge here just to stop it. So you're only going to be able to go so far back and forth with it, and that's going to stop it. And then we'll add a few more dimensionals to the corners up here. Don't go too far, don't get too close. You don't want to impair this from going back and forth. Okay, let's go and peel this off. We're not going to adhere this down just yet, but I'm going to have that ready to go. All right, we'll bring back in our card base, and this time I do want to mark center on here. So I'm going to grab my ruler. 2 1/8 is the center of this. I'm just going to mark on the very bottom, just a little line. And I'm going to grab my 2-inch circle punch. And I'm going to make sure that line is right in the center. And we're not punching a full circle. And I'm punching through both layers here. Again, you could use a circle die if you had this, but I have my mark right in the center. And I'm punching through both layers. I want to just give it a little bit more. I'm using 2 inches. You could use 2 3/8, 2 1/4, whatever you have. But we just want to make a little a little loop on the bottom there, so that when we are sliding our you know, tab back and forth, we have a little spot to do that, like a little finger hole to move it back and forth. Okay, now we're ready to adhere this down. So just make sure that your little sliding tab is not touching the dimensionals so that it doesn't get stuck. And we're going to stick this down, just making sure that it's kind of nice and centered and that that little tab is right inside that little finger notch that we made. Okay. Oh, I think that's way crooked. Let's try that again. Let me see if I can pull this up without making it. Okay, I think that's good. So we have our little plane. He's going to wobble back and forth. That's so cute. I get a kick out of it every time. Okay, let's talk about our greeting before we move on to our card. So I'm going to make a tiny little flagged border here. Now you can do it a couple ways. You can just trim it up with your paper trimmer. That's fine. In the dies though, we have this lovely little flagged edge here, and that's going to fit this greeting perfectly. Oh, did I not do it with this one? I wonder what die I did it with. I can't remember. All right, we're going to have to just trim this. I really thought I did it with that die, but I guess I need to go through my dies and find the right little banner die that I did that with, because that one was too small. So we're just going to trim this up with our dies, just so forget what I just said. We're just going to trim this up with our paper. That's crooked. Hold on. Crooked. There we go. I think that's better. Well, I don't know. We'll see. All right. Just turn this into a little banner edge. I swear I die cut that, but I'll have to look back through my dies and see if I did. If you have a tiny little banner, you can absolutely die cut it. I just want this teeny tiny little banner, and I swear I did it with that one, but maybe I'm imagining things. All right, we're gonna grab another dimensional, stick it to the back of this, flying by to say hi, and pull our little thing in, our little airplane, and we're just gonna stick that right on the side here. Now to kind of further signify that this is a little tab to move back and forth, I have a double bow with our Essentials Baker's Twine, and I'm just gonna put that on a glue dot, and we'll stick that to our card. We'll lift that off the glue dot and we'll stick it down to our card. Now, if you really want to really further signify that they need to move this back and forth, you can draw little arrows that go, you know, one this way, one that way, just to kind of signify that they need to go back and forth with it. But I think once they see it down here, and it's going to move around a little bit, I think they'll figure it out. All right, final touches. These are our ombre dots. These are not a new embellishment. But I think they kind of got hidden last year. I know I didn't use them too much, but they are fantastic. So we're going to use some of these blue ones. These are actually like kind of navy colored, but I think that they coordinate so well with these blues. So we're just going to use a few of them and one up here. And that is it. That finishes off our amazing little wobble airplane interactive flying airplane card. You guys will have to let me know what you think about this one. Think about other things that you can do this technique for. Other things that maybe fly, or things that kind of wobble, maybe like the wagon from our online exclusives. That one would be really adorable with this, just kind of wobbling along. So let me know what you guys think, and I'd love to know what you guys think of the new annual catalog. Please share your comments. Again, if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel so you never miss a video. If you are shopping, please use this host code. All orders under 150 use the host code. Orders over 150, you'll get those Stampin Rewards. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.